A young mother set her foot on the path of life. "Is this way long?" she asked. And the guide said, "Yes, and the way is hard, and you will be old before you reach the end of it, but the end will be better than the beginning." The young mother was happy, and she would not believe that anything could be better than these years. So she played with her children and gathered flowers for them along the way, and bathed them in the clear streams. The sun shone on them, and the young mother cried, "Nothing will ever be lovelier than this." Then night came, and with it storms. The path grew dark, and the children shook with fear. The mother did her best so that no harm would come to the children. Then the morning came. There was a hill ahead. The children climbed and grew weary. The mother was weary too, but most times she said to the children, "A little patience, and we'll all be there." So the children climbed, and when they all reached the top, they realized they had encouraged each other along the way. When the mother laid down at night, she looked up at the stars and said, "This is a better day than the last, for my children have learned fortitude in the face of hardness. Yesterday they learned courage. Today they found strength." But the next day came strange clouds, which darkened the earth, clouds of war and hate and evil, and the children groped and stumbled, and the mother said, "Look up! Lift up your eyes to the light." And the children looked and saw above the clouds an everlasting glory, and it guided them beyond the darkness. And that night the mother said, "This is the best day of all, for I have shown my children God." That's all she could do, was show them. They were adults now and on their own journey. Your mother won't always be with you, but her memory can be kept in your heart forever. She's the place you came from, your first home, and she has always wanted good for you all the days of your life. When you made mistakes, chances are she blamed herself. Motherhood comes with no manuals, and sometimes there aren't always the best examples to follow. But the intent of every mother's heart is to love and to do good for her children. I'll close with this poem. The author is unknown, but it's called Two Mothers. Long, long ago, or so I've been told, two women met on the streets paved with gold. "By the stars in your crown," said one to the other, "I see that on earth you too were a mother. And by the blue-tinted halo you wear, you too have known sorrow and deepest despair." "Oh yes," came the answer. "I once had a son, a sweet little lad full of laughter and fun. But tell me of your child." Oh, I knew I was blessed from the moment I first held him close to my breast, and my heart almost burst with the joy of that day. "Ah, yes," sighed the other, "I felt the same way." The former continued, "The first steps he took, so eager and breathless, that sweet startled look that came over his face, he trusted me so." "Ah, yes," sighed the other, "how well I do know." But soon he had grown to a tall, handsome boy, so sturdy and kind that it gave me such joy to have him just walk down the street by my side. "Ah, yes," sighed the other, "I felt that same pride. How often I shielded and spared him from pain, and when he for others was so cruelly slain, when they crucified him and spat in his face, how gladly I would have hung there in his place." A moment of silence. "Oh, then you are she, the mother of Christ," and she fell on one knee. But the Blessed One raised her up, drawing her near, and kissed from the face of this woman a tear. "That I may share with you your grief and your woe, tell me the name of the Son you loved so." She lifted her eyes, looking straight at the other. "He was Judas Iscariot. I am his mother." This is Linda Lewis reminding you that mothers aren't perfect. They're being perfected like everyone else. Remember what Jesus said. In order to be forgiven, we must first learn to forgive. And charity begins at home.